I am truly excited so that we can all get started. And this is going to be an incredible ride this evening. So again, just bear with me as we go ahead and we get started. Okay, all right.
I'm going to mute myself now.
Say that again, Malika.
Oh, I'm going to go ahead and mute myself now.
Yes, if you can go ahead and mute yourselves, that will be greatly appreciated. And as you mute yourself, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started this evening. So everyone, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am super excited. Let me know, just type in the chat, yes, that everyone can see my screen here. And you should be seeing change your mindset, change your money. So can you see the screen? Anyone can just chat. Just let me know in the chat. And we said yes. Perfect. Perfect. So we're going to go ahead and get started, ladies. Thank you so very much for being here this evening. You are here to on our webinar this evening, the Change Your Mindset, Change Your Money webinar with myself and my co-founder here on the campus of Changing Purpose Leadership Academy. I am Martha Cooper-Hudson. I am the CEO and founder of Chasing Purpose Leadership Academy and Rediscover Her. I am a business and life coach, a speaker, a trainer, and an entrepreneur. I have been in this space and operating in this space for the last 10 years, but full-time for the last 5 years. And I am super excited for you all to be here with me this evening, because as we say, when you change your mindset, you change your money. You not only change your money, but you change every aspect of who you are. And so we're going to get started right after this amazing young lady. She is my Gail to my Oprah. She is my peanut butter to my jelly. She is, let's see, what else, kid? What other thing? She is my mac to my cheese. You understand? There isn't anything that I do not do without my business partner. This amazing young woman, I am going to have her come on and introduce herself, but I wanted to edify her the way that she so rightfully deserved to be edified. This amazing young woman saw this vision with me almost 6 years ago, and her belief in this purpose that God had given to Martha has never wavered. I have watched this young lady grow into an incredible leader here on our campus. Not only that, I have watched her not only up-level her life, up-level her business, she's also up-leveled her bank account. And she has been here side by side with me, traveling this world to impact as many lives as we so possibly and rightfully can impact before we leave. We're on a mission to impact 1 billion individuals, whether it's men and or women. We are on a mission to impact 1 billion individuals before we leave this planet. And before I bring her on, I just want you to know that our mission here in Chasing Purpose Leadership Academy is simply this: to equip, inspire, motivate, and empower each and every one of you, all women and a few good men, to stand up, suit up, and to walk in their purpose as they boss up and really take that next step to the next level. So I bring to you Miss Adrienne M Johnson. Adrienne, are you there, dear?
I am there. Hey, everybody. I am super excited about being here tonight. Yes, I'm the cheerleader on the campus. You know, as Martha said, we have been on this journey for quite some time, and I cannot tell you how excited I am to be here with you tonight. I am the connection catalyst here on the campus. So if you ever have the opportunity to attend one of our live events, you and I will work hand in hand, and I will just put together. In addition to doing that, you all, I'm the activities manager on the campus. I help with content development. I'm an instructor here, speaker, business life coach. I'm an educator by trade. My professional life, I started as a classroom teacher. moved up into instructional leadership and now hold a position at the state level. And so I'm just excited about what is in store for you all tonight. I believe that what we're looking for is looking for you. And so you're here because you want to change your mindset and you want to change your money. And we're just excited to be a part of that process for you all. So before we get going into the presentation, I want to ask you to get into a place, make sure that you're in a place where you can take notes, you've got something to write with, you've got pen, paper and pencil, and that you're in a space where you can really receive what's being downloaded here just for you tonight. I believe it is by design that you all are here. And so make sure that you're in a place where you can receive this, you can take detailed notes. As we bring these salient points to you tonight, you can capture them and you have an opportunity to meditate on them and reflect on them a little bit later. So we're ready to get started.
All right, absolutely. So as we move forward, our outcomes for this evening are very simple. We're going to give you key strategies to unlocking the mindset you need to develop to change your financial freedom. We're going to talk money. We're going to talk the mindsets of millionaires, rich and wealthy individuals. We're also going to talk about those things that have hindered us from being the greatest individual that we possibly can. So we are truly excited about being able to be here with each and every one of you this evening. So we're going to go ahead and get started. If you could be so kind, Ms. Johnson, yes. if you, I am not sure if you can see the panel over to let you know when others log in. Can you see that?
I cannot.
Yeah, I cannot. If you just give me 1 second, I just want to check to make sure someone is not locked out of the actual conference, and we're going to go ahead and get started in here. We have Ruthie. Okay, Ruthie is there. Ruthie, we see you. I am not going to unmute you. You are there we go. Okay, so you are muted, Ruthie. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're going to go back to our actual screen saving. And Adrienne, if you can keep an eye on the chat, because I can't see it. So I am going to go back to what we were actually into. There we go. And so, as I said, our session outcomes are going to be very key, very pivotal for you tonight. So make sure that you're in a place in which you can take copious notes and you can focus on the information at hand. So mindset. People say to me all the time, Martha, why are you so big on mindset? Because our mindset, ladies, our mindset is how we are programmed. And it is our belief system and our factor that allows us to move forward and move outside of those boxes in which we were actually birthed and raised in. So in a few minutes, we are going to examine some of the families, some of your family and your cultural myths that have been programmed in our mind that has hindered and held our future hostage. And we are really excited about that because there are some. Adrienne, are you not excited about
I am
that aspect?
I am super excited. You know, again, one of the focuses on this campus is to do an assessment of your mindset, because it all starts with your mindset. It all starts with your beliefs. And so what we're asking you to do is one of the strategies for changing your mindset and changing your money. If you want to eventually change your financial landscape, if you want to change the trajectory of money that you're attracting into your life, you really have to tune into your mind. And what that simply means is y'all need to write this down. What am I thinking? What am I thinking? It sounds so simple, but it's so, so, so powerful. What am I thinking right now in this very moment? That's key, because your thoughts and your feelings create your future. They create the kind of life that you want to have. So everything that we see manifested in the physical environment was the result of a thought. You know, this MacBook that I'm working on began as a thought in somebody's mind. This chair that I'm sitting on. It began as a thought. And so if you want to begin to change the trajectory of your finances, you really need to think about tuning into your mind. What are you thinking? Because what you're thinking about is what's going to create your future. And then once you begin to tune into what you're thinking, you have to begin to reprogram or program your mind. Martha, tell us a little bit about what it takes to program your mind.
Wow. What it truly takes to program your mind is a daily task, Adrienne. A daily task that each and every one, and trust me when I say I am not telling you anything that I don't do on a daily basis. I am not telling you anything that every millionaire that's in my phone, I tell people all the time, I'll use it as an example. I was in the mall with my daughter just the other day, yesterday, as a matter of fact. I was in the mall with her Saturday, and my phone dropped on the ground inside of a store that she was in. And I was more concerned about finding my phone versus my driver's license and the other things that was in it. Because the wealthiest thing that I carry around is this cell phone that allows me to connect with multiple millionaires, in which not only do I sit at their feet, but I have learned from them over and over again that has taken my family and our income from being just a salary income on a job to well over an income that can not only take care of us, but take care of our parents and some future generations as well. So I am excited to be here with you all. And the daily task that you must do, you must properly train.
That's right.
That beast. This is what I call the beast, your subconscious mind. You must properly change your subconscious mind and train it for your success. You will need to constantly hear me. When I say constantly, that's not every once in a while. That's every day. You will constantly have to remind it of what you're working on and what you're working towards. Because guess what? It doesn't know the difference between real and not real. So you have to constantly remind it on what it is that you're working towards every day. And you do not want your success to be accidental or incidental. You want it to be very much intentional. You want it to be very much intentional. And I tell people every day that it is an intentional move every time I do something, because I have learned, Adrienne, I have learned how to play chess very well. And when you are playing the game of chess, you must be intentional about your next move. But most people, Adrienne, are not intentional. They are not intentional. They think it's accidental. They think it's incidental, but they are never intentional about what they do. And with this in your mind, a daily task of writing down your main goals is essential. Whenever possible, you write them down. And trust me when I say, when you write your goals down and you're able to see them, guys, my goals is all in front of me right here. My goals are on a picture on my phone. My goals are in my car. Just in case I'm sitting there not doing anything, not driving, I can flip through my goals to make sure that I'm on point, make sure that I'm moving towards everything that it is that I need to move towards and get accomplished for today, so that I can accomplish one more task towards my goal. So you have to be crystal clear. Just as you are with who you are and your name, you have to be crystal clear about your goals. We're going to go into that. We're going to talk about that this evening. And you have to be very, very careful about what it is that come out of this mouth, because this mouth will definitely, it can either make you or it can break you. So I'm asking you to be intentional about taking steps to accomplish your goals and track your progress over time. So we are excited, and we are going to move into, Adrienne, I want you to talk a little bit about the power of the subconscious mind.
Wow, the power of the subconscious mind can never, ever, ever be underestimated. your mind, your subconscious mind never ever turns off. And there's a reason why we're starting with mindset and what you believe and what you're thinking about every single day. Because again, it does start there. It's super powerful. Only 10% of your brain interacts with the outside world. Did y'all know that? Only 10%. The rest of it, the other 90%, is happening inside of your subconscious mind. And that is why you have got to begin to be in control of what it is that you do. So many of us right now, our success, we're just above broke. We got a job, right? Just above broke. We're broke, busted, and disgusted. We are being held hostage by our subconscious mind, and we don't even realize it. We are acting in ways that we don't even know why we're doing it. We're just doing it because of ways that we were programmed. So it's super, super, super important. You heard Martha say, get crystal clear about what your goals are, crystal clear about what success looks like. So how am I going to know when I'm achieving those goals? Feeding your subconscious mind. So the last thing you do before you go to bed is to focus and meditate on those goals, not just on the goals, but what the attainment or achievement of those goals looks like. And that's also the time you hit the floor, and by the time you say, thank you for allowing me to see another day, the first thing on your mind is, what are my goals? What does accomplishment of that look like? You play it throughout your mind for the remainder of the day. I'm going to get this accomplished. I'm going to get this accomplished. So as you are in your quiet spaces and in your quiet time, and even as you sleep, your subconscious mind is constantly working. I can't tell y'all how powerful the subconscious mind is. You heard Martha say that it does not know the difference between reality and what is not real. That's why you can have a dream that's so vivid and you wake up and your heart is beating out of your chest. That's why you can be watching a scary movie. Y'all know that stuff isn't real, and you're sitting there broken out in sweats and shivering and afraid. And so use the same power of your subconscious mind to begin to live the kind of life that you want, to have the kind of life that you want, to be able to attract the kinds of things that you want into your life, so that your subconscious mind is now directing you towards those things that are going to change your financial landscape. A lot of junk has been dumped into our brains, y'all. A lot of stuff has been fed to us over the years. It's now time to remove those things and replace them with things that are going to propel you toward financial freedom.
You know, Adrienne, that is really good. And I'm glad you said those things, because your subconscious is always turned up. So it's just like, you know, there's a song out, it's been out for years now, and it's by Lil Jon. And Lil Jon said, turn down for what? Your subconscious mind is always turned up. It is always, and you right now, you are trying to get past things that has been put into your subconscious mind over years and years, from the time that you were created and born and you could hear on this planet. Your subconscious mind was recording all of the garbage that was said to you, all of the good things, all of the bad things that was fed to you. Your subconscious mind. You ever wondered why? I used to wonder, this was about 10 years ago, I used to wonder why I could never get past a certain level of success. And it dawned on me when I really started to truly understand the subconscious mind. It dawned on me that 20 years before that, I would hear the very people who loved me the most say that you're never going to amount to anything. There was never anything that you were going to be able to accomplish, simply because I didn't do as well as they thought I should have in college. I immediately became that failure. I heard that every day for years and years and years and years. And it wasn't until I learned how to reprogram that subconscious mind that allowed me to get past that. Guys, you say to me, how do you reprogram your subconscious mind? Your subconscious mind, as I said to you before, do not know the difference between reality and not. It does not know the difference between what is real and what's not. So I started, because when you if you quickly cover your ears like this, when you put your hands over your ears, the first person you hear is yourself. The very first person you hear is yourself. No matter what else is going on, you're going to hear you and your voice first. So I got a speaker pillow, Adrienne. I got a speaker pillow and I recorded. Now people think that's crazy, but I'm telling you, I recorded myself speaking only positive affirmations into my life, even when I went to sleep. I recorded, I am amazing. I am wonderfully and fearfully made. I will be I am a winner. I am more than a conqueror. I am victorious. I am a millionaire. I own multiple 6 and 7 figure businesses. I am a blessing to everyone. I will get it done. I am amazing. I embrace my greatness. I started speaking those things to me through a speaker pillow that only I could hear, that I slept with underneath my pillow. Other things that I would do, I would go to sleep with positive personal self-development going into my ears at night. I would program something to listen to that was positive to me so that it can start wiping out the negativity and the things that my subconscious mind would hear and had heard over and over and over and over again. So guys, that subconscious mind, trust me when I say, is absolutely powerful. It is pivotal. And you have to think about those things that you've heard all your life, that somehow or another you continue to get to that level and you plateau. You never go past what it is that you're supposed to. Why? Because your subconscious mind still simply hears, you'll never amount to anything. You're not smart enough. You're not pretty enough. You don't have enough money. You can't do this. No one in your family has done just that. Your subconscious mind still hears that each and every day. Each and every day. So you have to make sure that you do that. There are specific traits of our subconscious mind. Like I said, it's on duty 24/7. It never sleeps, ladies. It never sleeps. And Adrienne, what else does your subconscious mind do for you?
Wow, it controls a large part of your behavior, as we said before. And that is why we've got to do an assessment of how we think, how we feel, and what we believe. And we're going to talk a little bit more about some of the traits of the subconscious mind and the power within it. And I really want you to think about, as we move forward, Martha, how your mind has been programmed, whether you have a fixed mindset about things or whether you have a growth mindset about the possibilities in your life. And so really, there's a reason, you all, why we're spending this amount of time talking about the subconscious mind and your beliefs and what it is that has been rooted and planted and instilled and embedded inside of you. Because that's the tough part, y'all. You heard Martha say it. When everybody else is gone, you're alone with yourself. You're alone with your thoughts and you're alone with your feelings. It doesn't matter how much I try to encourage or motivate you, you will be eventually alone with yourself. And ultimately, your subconscious mind is what's going to be whether you attain financial freedom, whether you attain the type of prosperity that you wish to see, the type of financial independence, whether you're able to create generational wealth for your family, or whether you just continue to stay in this perpetual cycle of waiting from paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. Whether you're going to forever be an employee or whether you're going to become an entrepreneur, whatever it is that you want out of your life, you've got to tap into that subconscious mind.
And as Adrienne said, it starts with a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. And where it all starts and begins are your roots, your roots and your mindset. Your roots is that foundation that you were built on. And those roots were given to you from your family, from your mother, your father, your surroundings, your environment, your atmosphere. Your roots were given to you, and they started to grow. You know why? Because people started to water it. They started to grow, rather good or bad, because people started to water it. And so with that, they made you who you are today, rather good or bad, no matter what. The good things and the bad things were created with your roots, your foundation that you were given as you grew and when you became, when you first became an individual on this planet. So however, However, some of them need to go.
They have to
It's
go.
time to put them to rest.
Right.
Because they are holding you, Adrienne. They're holding you hostage, and they got to go.
Martha, as we transition to the next slide, I want to go ahead and transition to the next slide for me. I want to say this, because this is not an indictment of your family, of your upbringing, of what you were taught. A lot of times our families just did what they were taught. And so my mom, you know, Martha and I had this conversation, was an amazing mother. She could tell me about how to raise children and how to nurture a family. But my mother could not tell me about how to build generational wealth, because she'd never done it. And so, you know, the things that I heard in my family, like, girl, money don't grow on trees. And what do you think? We can't have that. We ain't got nothing. We ain't never gonna have nothing. Those kinds of things is what they were taught and what they lived. And so I'm saying this because sometimes this is a sensitive subject when we're working with clients and when we're facilitating sessions. It's not an indictment of your family or your culture or where you came from. It's just an acknowledgement that if you want to do something different, some shifts are gonna have to be made, okay? So looking at some of these family mindset myths, money is the root of all evil. Good things come to those who wait. No, good things don't come to those who wait. Nothing comes to those who wait besides what other people want to give you, right? And so money is filthy. Why is it that when we're talking about someone who has an extreme amount of wealth, you know, they're filthy rich? So we have all these negative connotations and all of these negative ideas about wealth and prosperity and having material things that have really been embedded in us. This one really gets me, and it's a little bit risque when I'm an educator. I taught children for years. I work in the I work for the State Department of Education in South Carolina, and you know, this model of go to college, work for 40 years, retire on 40% of your income. And you know, if you live 20 years after you've retired, go to college, get a good job, get an education. Well, going to college now doesn't guarantee that you're going to get a good job. Getting a good education doesn't mean that you're going to have financial freedom. The landscape of the professional community has changed. We live in a global society right now. And so things are changing. So we have to do some things a little bit differently. You know, we were also taught not to do business with people that we don't like or people that we don't trust. When the reality is that I don't have to like you to do business with me, because at this point I'm mixing business with pleasure, right? I mean, making business personal, and that shouldn't be. It should only be about business, whether I like your personality or where you live or the car you drive or any of those things. And so we've really been taught some things, and some things have been instilled in us that are detrimental to us when we're looking at breaking free from some of these mindsets. If it sounds too good, then it probably is. Absolutely not. You know, you look at, y'all should see my desk. I'm working on a MacBook. I got my iPad queued up. I got an iPhone in front of me. My daughter's got an iPhone. I got an iPhone recording over here. Well, you know what? It sounded too good to be true, but guess what? Apple's the first company that just hit $1 trillion. Did y'all hear what I said? 1 trillion. What, baby? That's right, in the US, the first US company. $1 trillion. It sounded too good to be true, but it is true. And so we have to reprogram our minds to really assess some of these myths and some of these things that we carry with us.
And if I may interject with these myths, because the myths has actually held us hostage in where it is, right where we are. And you know, the money is the root of all evil. It's the love of money that's the root of all evil. You know, and I tell people, when I need money to do what I need to do on this planet, there is nothing free. There is nothing free. And where and what I want to do on this planet for the lives of millions of people, I am going to need the finances to do so. So when people tell me money is the root of all evil, I say, well, here, I tell you what, do yourself a favor, go to work tomorrow Tell your boss that you will do what you will do your job for free, because see, money is the root of all evil, and it is not. It is the love of money that is the root of all evil. And then the other thing is, the good things come to those who wait, only after those who hustled. No one tells that last part of that statement. It's only after those who's hustled. So you've been able to get the leftovers from those who've actually went out there, put the work in, and actually got it done. And as you said, your college degree, it's not going to cut it this day and time, you know, and we have to learn how to. I like to call it, now I hope I'm not offending anyone when I say this, but I like to call it the Republican way of doing business. I am learning a lot from that, because I watch every day that they may not like 45. However, they stick and stay to pass their agenda over to and make sure that their agenda is carried there. And so we have to make sure that we are doing what we need to do. We don't need to like you in order to do business with you, because you may have that step that we need in order to get it done. So, Adrienne, I want you to do this activity for me.
Yes. All right, ladies, I want you to go into the chat room right now, and I want you to pick a number. Pick a number. Go ahead and type it in the chat. Pick a number and type it into the chat. And I'm going to pull it up so that I can see. All right. I'm waiting. Go into the chat. Type a number in. Pick a number. Okay. Roshonda said 2. Charlene, 2. Malika, 5. Denise, 17. Maria, 12. Gwen, 7. All right, anybody else in there? Anybody else want to submit an answer before we move on? All right, 7. Ruthie is giving us number 7. So we've got a range of 2 to 17. All right, anybody else? Because we're gonna wrap it up. All right, 2 to 17, outstanding. Thank you, ladies, so much. Latoya, 7. All right, quite a few number 7s. I know that if we were to do this, here's a number 9. Portia's got the number 9. All right, so this is an example of how our minds have been programmed. Typically, when you do an activity like this, we tend to say, the first thing that people want to ask is, between what and what? Between what and what? I didn't put a limit on your number. So my question to you is, why didn't anybody say 1 million? Why didn't anybody select 10 million? Because your minds have been programmed to think a certain way about this activity and about this engagement. And I'll tell you this, ladies, anytime you ask me to pick a number, it's going to have at least 6 digits behind it. Did y'all hear what I said? Anytime you ask me to select a number, it's going to have more than 6 digits behind it. That's right. Wow. A scale of 1 to 10 has been programmed in your mind. Your beliefs have been limited. They have been placed in a box. Right. Nobody said 1 million. Nobody said, I can guarantee you it's going to be multiple digits behind that. So I want to encourage you in little things like this to begin to shift your thinking. If you ever do this again, I want you to be the one that said, okay, what was that thing that was a few weeks ago? Was it Powerball, Mega, whatever it was, 500 and something million? Okay, that's going to be my number, right? So I want you all to think about that. All right, let's go on to the next slide, Martha. Awesome. Wow. The power of belief.
The power of belief is pivotal. It is the one foundational pillar that you must have in order for you to succeed. You must have that power of belief, you know, and you ask yourself, how do you change those ideologies that have been embedded in you for years and years? I'm 40, I'll be 49 in December. I'm heading on the way to 50. I can't wait. I'm heading on the way to 50, but I will be 49 in December. And I am telling you, to be able to change those ideologies that was placed inside of me from my environment, my family, my friends, my surroundings, I had to to do several things. And that was 4 key things that I had to do. I had to visualize my success. I had to speak my success. I had to be passionate about my success. And I had to have an imagination that was going to carry me even when I couldn't see it, even when I couldn't speak it, and even when I could not feel it. So the power of your beliefs are absolutely key. You cannot do or excel in any area in your life without having the power of belief. You know, Albert Einstein said something that was very key about the imagination. Albert Einstein said your imagination is the gateway to life's coming attractions. So whatever you imagine, it's coming in your life, whether it's good or bad. If you can imagine it, if you can feel it, if you can speak it, and if you can see it, it's coming, good or bad. Adrienne, let's talk about what they think is hocus pocus.
That's right. This ain't hocus pocus, y'all. It's focus, focus. All right. Y'all need to write that down. This is not hocus pocus. It's focus, focus. There's nothing mystical or magical about these. These are natural law we're talking about. As we move a little bit more into the training. You know, Martha, you talked about visualizing success and being able to see it. How many of you have heard the expression, you got to see it before you see it? Well, I'm here to tell you, ladies, don't let anybody pimp your vision, okay? That might sound a little bit risque to you, but let me tell you what people have done. When purpose began to be on fire a few years ago, when the power of visualization and the law of attraction and the secret and all of those things kind of came to the surface and were very pervasive in our common culture, people started to pimp out vision board parties. Everywhere you looked, somebody was having a vision board party. You saw people selling vision board this and vision board that. Now, do we believe in vision boards? Absolutely. Both Martha and I have them. We encourage our students and our clients here on the Chasing Purpose Leadership Academy to create them. But here's the difference. When you're talking about changing your financial future, when you're talking about changing your mindset and changing your money, when you're talking about moving to financial independence and freedom and creating generational wealth, it's not enough just to create the vision board party or create the vision board. Are you equipped with the strategies to make the changes necessary in your life to manifest what it is that you posted on your vision board? That's a powerful question. Ray, put in the chat room if you have created a vision board. I want you all to do that right now. Just say yes or no if you've ever created a vision board or if you've attended a vision board party. And so it's so super important that you don't just stop there at the vision board, but that you seek and that you become intentional. We told you to become intentional about seeking out the strategies that are going to cultivate and activate the changes necessary to manifest what it is that you see. So I want to be very clear, you all. You can feel Martha's excitement. You can feel mine. This is not about a rah-rah session. This isn't about feel good, pump you up, yay, you can go out and do it. The reality is that if you become intentional about what you're thinking and that you begin to cultivate and activate the changes, you will change your financial landscape, and it'll happen quicker than you believe it could absolutely happen. And so that's why we're talking about beliefs, because your beliefs give you permission. Your beliefs give you permission to act. Your beliefs control what it is that you think. Your beliefs have a lot to do with how you feel or you react. Your emotions are manifestations of what you believe, right? When you become angry at someone, it's because something's been violated inside of you. So we're going to be talking about those things, managing your emotions in a little while. We're going to continue to talk about beliefs. And the beautiful thing, y'all, here's the magic. Nobody can make you believe anything. You get to be in control of what you believe. That's the power that you have, and what you believe can truly, truly, truly be manifested. So we want to encourage you to focus on those strategies, visualize it, vocalize it. You need to be speaking it all the time. Only those things which are going to lead you to financial freedom and to financial success. You need to be emotionally balanced so that you can make clear decisions, and you need to allow your imagination to run wild and to run free so that you can manage the financial stability and security that you want to see in your lives.
You know, and it's amazing that you say that, Adrienne, because most people, now, you know, to know me is to know that I'm a child of God. And I do not hide that from anyone. And if they can't, I respect everyone's religion, but I'm a child of God. And the one thing that he says in between those 66 books, it simply says that you can have anything you say. Anything you say and ask for, because we have everything inside of us in order to get it done. But most people only say what they don't have. And that is very powerful to me. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough time. I don't have the mindset. I'm not pretty enough. I don't. And so instead of saying I have that $1 million. I have that home that I want. I have that husband that I'm looking for. I have. Most people say I don't. So therefore, they negate the I have and go for the I don't have. And so in their lives, it shows up just that way. And I know I am the first one to tell you, excuses don't get results. My kids will tell you, I ask them, first of all, is that an excuse? Did you just give me an excuse on why your room isn't clean? I don't want to know the excuse. I want to know the result. What are you going to do in order to get it done? Are you giving me an excuse on the fact that, oh, I didn't go to college and that's why I can't be successful? Well, I can show you multiple billionaires that never stepped foot or actually may have done a semester in college. I can show you multiple successful individuals like my mother and my aunt who only had a 6th grade education, but had a skill, a love, and a passion for hair and went out there and changed the trajectory of our family. So you gotta know that it is not your educational level that gets you to where it is. It is your mindset and your ability to take action on what it is that you want. Excuses don't work. Excuses, here's my definition of excuses. Excuses are the lies that you tell yourself to sell yourself to keep you right where you are. I'll say that again. Excuses are the lies you tell yourself and sell yourself to keep you right where they are. So we're going to move into motivating yourself. Adrienne, let's talk about motivating yourself.
Absolutely. This is going to be super quick, y'all. The reality is that everybody at some point or other may lose motivation. All right. The important thing is to think about why is it that we lose our motivation. There's intrinsic motivation and there's extrinsic motivation. Intrinsic is it's coming from inside of you. Extrinsic is there's some outside factor that's propelling you to keep you going. And so successful people, they don't wait for other people to motivate them. They don't wait at all. They always have an internal motivation box that's full. They don't need somebody to prime and pump them. They are motivated because they are crystal clear about where it is they're going and what they desire to have. And they stop at nothing to accomplish and to achieve that. And so they're not looking for a handout. They're looking for a hand up. So when things get rough and they may potentially feel demotivated, you may have someone that's your accountability partner. You may have a business partner. You may have a business coach or a life coach that you go to say, look, I'm off track here a little bit. I'm not feeling motivated because I'm not necessarily, I'm working, but I'm not achieving the results that I want to achieve. So the reality is we all may potentially lose motivation at some time or the other. Whenever we're doing this, we have to fight those negative thoughts. We've got to affirm the things that we want to see. And you've got to make sure that we say on the campus, you can have a moment, but you don't get a day, right? So take a moment. And that's what the first strategy is. Just take a quick break. It doesn't mean stop. It means settle for a minute, refocus, figure out why it is that you're not achieving the results that you want, press reset, and then keep it moving. And that's a part of that putting things into perspective. And so when we're really talking about putting things in perspective, it is that quiet, still time where you allow whatever it is that you're attracting to be downloaded to you so that you can get clarity around it. And so that you can, on the campus, we call it giving yourself the gift of silence. And that is sitting in that quiet space so that you can focus and so that you can meditate and so that you can gain clarity. So again, you can press reset and keep it moving. So again, it all goes back to what it is that you believe. If you lost your motivation, you need to think about what it is that's my hindrance at this point. What is it that's stopping me? What is it that's keeping me? Do an assessment. Do an assessment. Sit quietly so that you can get crystal clear about what the steps are that you need to move on. So it's simply that if you're feeling overwhelmed, we also tell our clients this a lot. If you're feeling overwhelmed, it's because you're doing more than your part, right? It's because you're doing too much. And so take a minute to press reset, refocus, put things in perspective, and then keep it moving.
So now I ask you this very question, and this is for everyone. What are you saying to yourself that's holding your financial future hostage? What are you saying to yourself? Because whatever comes after I am becomes your reality. Whatever comes out of your mouth, your words create your reality. I have one of the greatest books I've read years and years ago is Hung by the Tongue. Because that instrument, that muscle that's in your mouth is one of the most critical muscles in your body that allows you to either succeed or to fail. Whatever you think, if you think you will succeed, then you will. If you think that you will fail, then you're right. You will. So what are you saying to yourself that's holding your financial future hostage? I am very keen on what comes out of my mouth. I am very intentional on what I speak over my life, my children's life, my client's life, anybody's life that I meet, but definitely over my life. I am very, very intentional about what I say. There is never a time that I can't do anything because first of all, he said I can do all things. So that meant that I can do all things if only I try. If only I put forth the effort, if only I believe, if only I spoke it, and if only I took action. So what are you saying to yourself that's holding your financial future hostage? Are you saying to yourself, because we've had this many, many, many times, are you saying to yourself, I'll never get out of debt. I don't make enough to save. I'll never be able to afford that. I'll never make as much as so-and-so. You know, we're always saying that. I'll never make as much as so-and-so. I could never start my own business. Why? Because I don't know how to. I don't have the right education. And no one in my family has ever done that before. And we don't have anything and we'll never have anything. So what are you saying to yourself that allows you to continue to sabotage your financial freedom? We have to make a shift, Adrienne. A shift has to be made in order for us to get past those things. Now, being honest, ladies, just quickly over in the chat, being honest, how many of you all have ever said one of those things to yourself? And it could have been in the past. It could be just recently. There's no judgment zone here because I want you to truly understand that power of that word. So just go over and say, I'm guilty. I'm guilty, you know, because we all are. I am guilty at saying that. I am guilty at speaking the wrong things, speaking and thinking of those things that I don't want, and those things happen. Because whatever you starve will die, and whatever you feed will live. So whatever it is, if your mind is thinking about your financial struggles each and every day, guess what? You are going to continue to have those financial struggles. When I was on my weight loss journey years ago, and I would get on the scale, I had to trick my mind because I would get on the scale and my scale would never move. And I'm like, well, what am I doing? What am I doing wrong? Now I could see it and I can feel it. And we as ladies, we want the poundage to disappear, not knowing that you're gaining muscle pounds. We want the scale to disappear. So what I did was I took a note card. I wrote 150 pounds on that note card and I stuck it over the actual weight. So every day I got on my scale, whenever I got on my scale, guess what my scale said? 150 pounds. Guess what I eventually got down to? 150 pounds. Because my subconscious mind, Adrienne, didn't know the difference. So I had to make that shift. I had
That's
to
right.
make a shift to truly understand, wait a minute, I got to get this thing done. And that's how it was in my business and in my life. I had to change my thoughts. I had to change my words. I had to change my beliefs. And I had to begin to affirm what I wanted to see. You know, so I tell people all the time, you know, at least every other month or every couple of months, you know, I got to go and see my dream car. My husband says he's going to buy it for me. So I got to go out and see it. I have to go and sit in it, smell it, touch it, take a picture in it, you know, and that's either a Rolls or a Bentley. You know, those are my two dream cars, right? Not necessarily that I will go and spend that, but the fact that I have $350,000 that allows me to go and drop that on a car is absolutely what I'm celebrating. But I have to go and sit, smell, feel it, touch it in order for me to know. And I know, and they follow me. The great thing is I see one at least every other day. And it's just waving at me, somebody driving, and I'm like, hey, all right, hey, I see you. I see you, because they follow me. Why? Because it's in my mind that I'm gonna bring it home and we're gonna drive it to church. You know, we're gonna do like my mom and them used to do. You know, that's the Sunday car. Nobody moved that car until Sunday. So we're gonna do those things, but you must change your mindset. You must make a shift. And part of that shift, Adrienne, are those toxic people that still live in your life today. So Adrienne, speak on that, because when, you know, I love this diagram here. It says, when you're a giraffe and you receive criticism from a turtle, they're only reporting the view from the level they're on. A turtle can never see the distance that a giraffe can see. So why are you receiving criticism from those small-minded people that you're sharing your big dreams with? You know why? Because that vision wasn't theirs, it was yours. So speak about removal of those toxic people, Adrienne.
Wow. Ladies, I want you all to listen to me loud and clear. Remove all distractions right now, because this is the main thing that we struggle with: removing toxic people from our lives. It is hard for us as women to say no. It is hard for us as nurturers, as givers, to let people go. It is what we see people that we work with all across this world struggle with most. Often because we are deeply connected to toxic people. Sometimes it may be the person that you're married to. Sometimes it may be a sibling or a close relative. It may be a parent. It may be your boss. So you're saying, Adrienne, I'm supposed to get rid of these people? No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is you need to be able to recognize that they're toxic. And so when we're talking about removing toxic people from your life and recognizing toxic people, I want you to remember that the difference between something thriving and dying is the environment that it's in. Whether you're talking about a plant or whether you're talking about an animal, whether you're talking about anything that's alive and has the potential to grow. The difference between thriving and dying is the environment. And so I want you ladies to commit today to creating the kind of environment that's going to allow finance. Some of us are in relationships where we're being financially abused. Adrienne, what are you talking about? We'll talk about it a little bit one-on-one, okay? Some of us are in financially abusive relationships where a perpetual cycle of dependence, financial dependence on somebody. You can't gain financial because you're dependent on somebody. They don't want you to go out. They don't want you to further your education. They don't want you to open that business that you want to. So think about what toxic people are in your environment. And here's some strategies to get rid of them. Sever the ties whenever possible. If it's somebody that you don't have to be around, then I'm going to tell you you need to cut the ties. You need to say, give them and yourself the gift of goodbye. If it's not somebody that you can sever ties with, it's a relative, it's a spouse, it's a sibling, it's a coworker, it's a boss, then limit contact with those individuals as much as possible. And if it is somebody that's close to you that you have to be around, Stop sharing your dreams with them. You could talk to them about the weather, sports, what's happening at the family reunion, what happened at church this week, what's happening in the news, but do not tell small-minded people your big dreams. You heard Marcus say that earlier. Stop telling your big dreams to small-minded people. So I want you to really think as we transition into the next segment, all of this is connected to your financial freedom and to your financial growth. What is it costing you to keep these people around, to keep these people in your life? Is it costing you your joy? Is it costing you your peace? Are you frustrated when you see them coming? Does something tighten up in your chest when you see them coming, because you know they're going to have a negative comment? You know they're going to have some snide comment to say. And I want you to listen to, be careful with people who call what you do little. Have you ever been around somebody that says, so I see you got your little, you started your little business. Oh, I see you wrote your little book. Be careful when people use that kind of language around what it is that you're doing, because I'm here to tell you, you're on this webinar for a reason, and nothing you do is little. So those people that diminish you, those people that put out those little snide comments, people constantly jabbing at you whenever you're trying to do something or succeed, those people that are speaking some of those you've got to get rid of them. Sever the ties when possible. If you can't sever, or you're not at a point where you can release those individuals from your life, limit your contact with them. And when you do have contact, stop telling them your big dream. Give yourself and them the gift of goodbye.
The gift of goodbye, Adrienne. I absolutely love the gift of goodbye. And I always tell people, even if it's your family member, you have alt and delete, or you have in. I'm telling you, my family call me sometimes, and I know when, I just know when it's a call for them to complain. I am not the one that I don't listen to negativity very well. My skin crawl. I start to, you start to itch. I'm allergic to it. I'm allergic to it because the place and space that I am in, I choose that place and space. So I choose it wisely. Sometimes, even if it's my sister, she goes straight to the voicemail. Or sometimes I just let it ring out and then it goes to voicemail. Because see, I have the choice. I have the decision. I can decide, just like suicide and homicide, something has to die. I made the decision that I wasn't going to answer the call today, because I know that right as soon as she opens her mouth, the first thing that's going to come out is something negative. And so with that, you can, and with your family and loved ones, because we can't pick and choose them. They are ours. They got our blood running through it. Trust me when I say, you can always come up with an excuse. I do it all the time. I'm on the phone talking, my sister just rattling on. I love her dearly, but she just rattles and rattles, right? Here's what I do. Girl, oh my God, I need to call you back because somebody so-and-so important is calling and I need to answer their question. Oh, my client is calling. Let me grab this. I will talk to you later. She got to find somebody else to serve that negativity too, because it's not me and I'm not picking it up and carrying it. Some of us are carrying the weight of other people.
That's right.
Because we refuse to get rid of it. So I just muted my own self. So I'm super excited about that. You got to learn how to get rid of them. And setbacks and failures, Adrienne. I love setbacks and failures. You know why? Because setbacks and failures are the season. I look at them like Lowry seasoning salt. Now, where my cookers at? I know you can cook. And, one of the seasonings that I always have in my cabinet is some Lowry's. And Lowry's is like the bomb.com, right? Well, your setbacks and failures are your seasonings for your success. Warren Buffett said something so powerful, and I just started to run when he said that, because Warren Buffett says he would never invest any of his billions into anybody that has never failed or had setbacks, because they do not know what it is to fail, and they definitely don't know how it is to win and come back from a failure or a setback. Your failure defeats losers and it inspires winners. Trust me when I tell you, you must learn from your mistakes. It's not about the mistakes that you make. It's what you do with them after you've gone through them. That really counts. So when you fail and you have a setback, you have to sit back. I always sit back and ask myself, what lesson did I learn from that failure or that setback? What is it that I need to take with me as I move forward? Because see, winners will always fall on their back so they can see their way up. A loser will always fall on their face and wait for somebody to get them up. So I have to see, where am I taking this with me? Failures and setbacks are a huge part of achieving success, even if they are the complete opposite of each other. You got to know that you are working towards the success, but failures will come. But it is how you handle those failures that's going to take you there. Those who achieve success and meet their goals over and over again tend to consistently face setbacks. You can't be successful without having setbacks. You know, what is it? Albert Einstein tried electricity how many times?
No, not Albert Einstein.
Not Albert.
Benjamin Franklin.
Yes, Franklin. How many times did he try? He tried thousands of times before he got that one thing right.
That's
thousands of times. So imagine if he would have quit on the first one or the second one. Just imagine if Ben would have quit. You know, my husband would be appalled because he's the scientist and the biologist. He's like, did that girl just say Albert Einstein? But thank you, Adrienne, for correcting me on that, because Ben Franklin, if he would have stopped, we would never have these lights. I would never have my lights on. And then somebody would have came along eventually, but they may not be the way that they are today, simply because that journey that someone thought he was crazy. Guess what? People think you're crazy by thinking what it is that you want. People think you're crazy by going after your dreams and goals. And guess what? You're not crazy. You're not crazy. People thought Mark Zuckerberg was crazy. You're not crazy. How many people are left? People thought Steve Jobs was insane. And they definitely thought Bill Gates, when he told an 18-year-old, said out of his mouth, I want to put a computer in every home on the planet. And only 3 people believed in him. And one of those are Paul Allen. Paul Allen owns every sports franchise in the state of Washington. From the Seattle Seahawks, he is one of the richest men on the planet. And so just because he couldn't see it doesn't mean he didn't believe that. So those setbacks and failures are going to come. And what you're going to do is you're going to turn your negatives into positives. You're going to turn what people have said about you into a positive. You're going to return. I like the return to receipt sender. I like to send it right back to where it came from. You know, so this is the mantra of successful people, the model that almost everybody who constantly experience a level of success live by. And it's true. You got to believe and be able to accept your failures and move on from them, learn from them. And most of all, you must manage your emotions. When you make a mistake, especially one which has huge consequences for you. For instance, the Facebook mistake. You know that whatever happened, people got our information and, you know, etc. And they wasn't outrightfully truthful with us. That major setback cost them billions, not millions, but billions of dollars. Did they learn from their mistake? Absolutely. Are they trying to do everything they can to make sure that this never happens again? Absolutely. See, it's natural to feel a whole range of emotions, but you got to keep those emotions in check. I have had people that were so disappointed and upset because someone didn't support them that they just shut down their whole business. Come again? Because someone didn't support them, because their very loved ones and family members didn't motivate them and support them to go forward and move forward. They shut down everything inside of them. So you got to be able to numb yourself to the negativity. I tell people all the time, I don't take advice from people I won't change places with.
That's it.
I'll say that again. I don't take advice from people that I won't change places with. So if I won't change places with you, if you haven't done what it is that I'm trying to achieve, why am I sitting here taking advice from you? There are people that I would take advice for in many areas of my life. But if you haven't achieved that, then I won't take advice from you. Why? Because I will never change places with you. You can have a moment, like Adrienne said, but you can't have a day. You got to get over that. You got to get over that. And that starts with setting the right goals, Adrienne. So I want you to talk about dreaming big, setting goals, and taking actions, Adrienne.
Absolutely. If you want to move yourself to financial freedom and financial independence, you've got to begin to set some goals, and you got to be strategic in your goal setting. You have to set SMART goals. And so when we talk about SMART goals, we simply mean specific. Your goals need to be specific. You need to be crystal clear about what it is that you want to achieve, about what it is that you want to attain. Mark, you can go ahead and advance the slide. Your goals need to be measurable. I want to talk to you about some common pitfalls as I'm working with people all across the country and internationally. So often people don't make it measurable. So how are you going to know when you're successful? How are you going to know when you've achieved it? How are you going to know if you're making progress towards it if you haven't quantified it? If you haven't said, I want to lose 50 pounds, or I just want to lose some weight, or one day I'm going to get another job, or one day I'm going to own a home. You need to be very crystal clear about how you're going to measure your success. The other piece is it needs to be attainable or reasonable. If I were to say I want to lose 15 pounds, that's probably attainable in maybe, I would say, well, it depends on your body. I can do that in 8 weeks, right? For me to say I want to lose 15 pounds by Friday for a photo shoot is not going to happen. So your goals need to be reasonable, but they need to be rigorous. So are your goals attainable when you're thinking about what you want your financial portfolio to look like? They need to be relevant. They need to be realistic, right? The goals need to be something that's going to move you closer. And you need to make sure, we talk about this relevance piece because you need to make sure that all of your activities are aligned to that. That you're not spending time and energy and effort in things that are not going to move you closer to attaining that goal. And finally, time back. Is it going to be accomplished? By when? Okay, I want to lose 15 pounds by when? I want to measure it by saying this many pounds a week. I want to make sure that I'm setting goals to modify my diet, to include physical activity, all of those relevant pieces that are going to help me get there. So what we commonly see people do is not make it measurable, and they forget to put a time stamp on it. So as a part of the follow-up to this webinar and session tonight, as you're thinking about your financial freedom, begin to put those things in perspective. What kind of life do you want to have financially? What kind of portfolio do you want to have? How do you need to begin to change your mindset so that you can start to set those SMART goals and make sure that each one of those key critical components is embedded in
there? There are very, I keep muting myself just in case, but there are specific thoughts and habits of successful people. The one thing they do not do, they do not quit. They just do it. They do not quit. They just do it. And they prioritize their success. They live for their success, and they are very proactive with their success.
Right.
You know, what I know about successful people is this: in order and success. Let me clarify this. Success doesn't necessarily have to mean 6 and 7 figures in your bank account. Success can mean, I look at success on how many lives I can impact while I'm here on this planet. Mm-hmm. I chase the purpose, and the money chased me. So I look at success based on who am I impacting each and every day. But in order to become a successful person, it is essential that you first think and act like one. You gotta think and you gotta act like a successful individual by making sure that you prioritize your success. Successful people make achieving success a priority. It's not a secondary thing, it's a must. It is the very first thing that they think about every day. It is the very first action that they take every day. And it allows them to move towards whatever it is that they're looking to accomplish. Successful people is constantly, can I say constantly, looking for new ways in which to achieve success. They never get stuck on one way to achieve success. Successful people have 7 to 12 streams of income that's working for them, just in case one of their multiple streams of income go away. 2, 3, 4, 5. They got 7 through 12 to deal with. But most of us only have one income but we have one income and 50 bills that's coming out of that one income. I want you to marinate on that for a second. One income, but you got 50 things coming out of that one income inside of your household. Successful people, as I said, they're always looking for things and looking for ways to become successful. So it's no wonder that some successful people are often thought of as being selfish and self-absorbed, because they are going after, they're doing it, they're not quitting, they're doing it. And so they are they're going after their goals, and they live for the success in their life. So what I know is this, is that there is a mindset of wealthy individuals. There's a mindset that's associated with wealth. You know, wealthy people, they create their life. Did you hear that? Wealthy people create their life.
Mm-hmm. Poor people think life happens to them.
That's exactly right.
That's right.
Wealthy people, Adrienne, think big.
Poor people think small.
Very much so. When you ask someone to really think big, I'll never forget. Adrienne, do you remember that weekend we spent in Hilton Head? And I got a realtor to take all of you all dream building.
That's right.
And some of the ladies that was there had never seen and or walked in a 10,000 square foot home. They didn't even think and believe that it was possible.
That's right.
And I simply said to them, if he did it for one, he'll do it for you as well. Absolutely. But this didn't come without hard sweat and tears and work and action behind it. That's See, right. Wealthy people focuses on opportunities, Adrienne.
Mm-hmm. And poor people focus on the obstacles. The first thing out of their mouth again is what is not, what I don't have, why I can't do it.
Wealthy people, guys, associate with positive, successful people.
Right. And poor people associate with negative and unsuccessful people. So in other words, they are always in a circle of people who are not achieving at high levels of success, and they're comfortable there.
That's right. Wealthy people are willing to promote themselves and their values.
And poor people think negatively about selling and promotion. They're the ones that when you are presenting a new business proposal, what you're selling now, what kind of business you're trying to get into now. Those are the kind of comments that you'll hear from poor people.
And trust me when I say, I heard it when it was 12 years ago that I first ever walked into the industry of network marketing. And I walked in, Adrienne, because my back was in the wall. Why? Because my husband's $80,000+ salary was taken away from me, was taken away from our family. My husband had just finished up his chemotherapy, his radiation. I had a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old, and I had no option but to look at an opportunity that did what? Financially freed us, that allowed us to do our businesses and pursue our passion on this planet, that financially took care of us. And my family would say, oh God, what is she selling? Listen, I will sell ice to an Eskimo. Because you know why? Because if it's going to give me that financial freedom that I needed, especially at that time, my kids was never going to starve. Why? Because I took advantage of an opportunity. And that is when my mindset changed about selling. I realized that wealthy people is selling something. Wealthy people sell something. My girlfriend, my sister Oprah, we're going to be together one day. What does she sell? Her magazine. She sells slots on her television station. Oprah sells Rachel Ray. She sells everything. Wealthy people sell. So you must be able to understand that. And they promote themselves, and they promote themselves with that. Also, wealthy people choose to get paid based on results.
That's right. Poor people get paid based on time. So it doesn't matter how much effort you put in, you're only going to get paid based on the amount of time that you serve. In other words, clock in, clock out. That's all you're going to get paid for.
That's it. And I tell my clients all the time here on Chasing Purpose Leadership Campus, we teach our clients how to get paid for what they know, not for what they do. It is called leverage, honey. It changes the game so that you can get paid for what you know versus what you do. We don't exchange time for wages on this campus. We teach them how to get paid for what they know, not for what they do. And wealthy people focuses on their net worth,
while poor people only focus on their net income, their working income from paycheck to paycheck.
Absolutely. And you've heard that all the time, guys. And it's not that there was anything wrong. It's just that you didn't know. It's not, I tell people all the time, we only do the things that we know. But when you know better, you must do better. And wealthy people have their money work hard for them. And what does poor people do, Adrienne?
Poor people work for their money.
They work for their money. They work hard for the money. You know, they work hard for their money.
For their money. That's right.
Yes. And but wealthy people, their money work for them. They are always looking at other avenues that's going to give them a return on their investment. That's going to give them a return on their investment. You know, one of the things that I love is, I'll never forget, this was probably 18 years ago. My husband worked at a part-time job at the movie theater, and he worked for this multimillionaire in our town. And this multimillionaire, Michael, would come home and he would say to me, do you realize that he wears the same color pants and shirt every day? And he drives a Honda Accord. He drives a Honda to the job. And he says, and baby, I don't understand it, because he is one of the wealthiest millionaires in town. Well, see, he realized that his clothes can't give him a return on his investment, and his car depreciates the minute it drives off the lot. So you have to understand that wealthy people let their money work for them, and then wealthy people act in spite of fear.
They sure do. They sure do.
But poor people let fear stop them. Fear paralyzes them every time. It paralyzes them every time. Wealthy people constantly learn and grow. But
people, they already know it.
They already know it. I get that all the time, especially when I'm talking to my family. And let me say something to you. Poor doesn't mean a financial state. It's a poor mindset. It's a poor mindset. Because I can say, girl, I already know how to do that. Really? Really? Yes. We always think we know, when the wealthy constantly are learning and investing in who they are. Successful people persevere. Adrienne, talk about that real quick before we go to closing.
That one's super simple. Y'all know successful people many of them have had to travel the journey alone. Friends and family have turned their back on them, but they never give up, they never quit, and they never settle. And you'll hear us say on the campus all the time, when you settle, you suffer. And so successful people never settle for less than what their expectations are. They never lower their standards to accommodate lack. I need y'all to get this. They never lower their standards to accommodate lack, whether that is in the people that they tolerate in their environment, whether that is in how they have pressed reset on their thoughts, whether that is how they are changing the words that they're speaking, affirming over their life. You need to write that down. I will not lower my standards to accommodate lack. Successful people persevere, and they keep it moving. They just keep pressing no matter what. They never quit, they never give up, and they never settle. And this goes back to y'all, to telling your big dreams to small-minded people. People aren't going to be able to see your vision because it's not theirs. And so if they can't see it, that should not be a hindrance to you. You want to change your financial future? You want to change your financial landscape? If you want to begin to walk in purpose and attract the kinds of things into your life that are going to allow you to have those things manifested and materialize that you want to see, you're going to have some perseverance. And sometimes you may have to do it alone, but never give up, never quit, never, ever, ever, ever settle.
So what is your current mindset costing you? because I know what my mindset 15 years ago cost me. I know what my mindset 13 years ago cost me. Is your mindset costing you your financial freedom? Is it costing you your peace of mind, your joy, and your happiness? Is your mindset costing you your self-worth?
That's right.
Is it costing you the ability to grow and jump towards your dreams, your goals, your vision, and your purpose?
Right.
If this is you guys, if this is you, we are extending to you an offer for you to totally join Adrienne and I in one of our most successful trainings and workshops that we do all over this world. But because you are on here tonight, we want to teach, share, and show you how to fire your boss in 12 months. We want to show you the principles, the strategies, the steps, the mindset that you need in order to do just that. And because you are here this evening, we are allowing the first 10 individuals to take this course with us at $99.97, which normally we do this course at $249, no ifs, and buts about it. And after those 10 people have registered, the price will go up to $149.97, no ifs, and buts about it. But with that, you're also going to get a free electronic copy of our Chasing Purpose Mindset Planner. And you're going to get our not released, we haven't even released the affirmation cards to the world, but you're going to get the free downloadable Chasing Purpose affirmation cards as well with this. That allows you to learn from us how we were able to fire that boss in 12 months. When I tell you, being free is absolutely more incredible than anything else. And all you have to do is go over to fireyourbossin12.com. Again, go over to fireyourbossin12.com. And this training is going to actually happen next Monday, August 13th, from 8 to probably about 10:30. 8 to 10:30, because we want to get every one of your questions answered, and we want to make sure that you have every piece of all of the tools and all of the information that you need in order to fire your boss in 12. But what I want you to do now is I want you to post any question, because we are looking to answer any questions that you may have that we can answer for you. If you have any questions, I think I'm strolling. Adrienne, I don't think I missed a question from you all, but if you have a question that you need answered from us, because I'm telling you, until I changed and made that shift, my life stayed the same. Until I realized that I was wishing for something different, but I was doing the same thing, and I realized that that was the definition of insanity. I had to shift that mindset and do what I needed to do in order to get it done. And because of that, I am free to do the things that I need to do today. And that is, I do my purpose every day, because I've been able to create the life that I want to live each and every day. Adrienne, you were about to say something.
Yeah, Martha, I just feel this. I feel this in my spirit. Somebody on this line, you're numb. You're numb. You're getting up every day, going to a job that you can't stand, being around people that you can barely tolerate. You don't feel motivated. You're not excited. It doesn't light you up. You're doing it because it's what you need to provide for yourself and for your family. And you are numb. You are a walking, living, breathing corpse. You are a zombie going into that job every single day. It is occupying. When you're home, you're thinking about it, or you're bringing work home. When you're in the bed, you can't shut your mind off at night because you're thinking about what you got to do the next day when you get on the job. If you're ready for your time freedom and your financial freedom and to walk on purpose, I just hear the Spirit. You are worth the investment. This is a minimal investment. You are worth it. Your mental health is worth it. Your time is worth it. Your physical health is worth it, because some of us on here right now with high blood pressure, with headaches, with stressed out, with health issues, all because we are out of alignment. Mm-hmm. So I just want to tell you, you're worth it. You are worth the investment. Take the steps necessary. Empower yourself to activate the changes you want to see in your life. You can do it. You are worth the investment. I want to encourage you. I've been there. Take that leap of faith. Go ahead and invest in yourself, because you are worth it.
Absolutely. And just go over to fireyourbossn12.com to make sure that you register for this. So ladies, I am going to stop sharing my screen, but here's what I want you to know. And I want you to see my face, and I want you to know that we on the campus of Chasing Purpose Leadership Academy, we do not take your time lightly. We do not take your time that you spent with us lightly. So ladies, I thank you so very much. Maria, Gwen, Denise, Portia, Malika, Ruthie, Latoya. I thank you, Charlene, the amazing Charlene. I thank you wholeheartedly. I have been self-employed since 2012 and would like to invest in order to get to my next level. Malika, that's what it takes to get to the next level, Malika. That's what it takes. And listen, there are many times that I had to take this walk by myself. And because of that, I am home, free, financially free, to be able to impact the lives of as many people as I possibly can while I'm walking on this planet. So ladies, I thank you so very much. It is 9:40. We went over just a few minutes on our training, but I thank you so very much. Again, I will have this replay. I will email the replay out to you all. You have until those 10 slots fill up at 99.97, and then it's 147.97, so that you can actually do what you have to do, because we've done what we need to do. And we look forward to being able to work with each and every one of you, if this is for you, because it's not for everyone, but you may be that individual that it is. Portia, you are very welcome, sweetheart. Thank you, my love. Thank you for being on here this evening, and we thank each and every one. And this here has concluded. I am going to stop the recording.